Now we're at build 4, and again we're continuing to fine tune, and this is all about the little adjustments. So you'll have access to the pen, so I'm not going to go through all the code because I made just little adjustments, and you would have to sort of do a compare and contrast, but I can point out some of the things that we have done here. Okay, so first, I believe I've made planet 1 a little bit larger, and I may have adjusted the rotation slightly. I just thought a little more scale gave it a bit more contrast. And then I made the header, I made the type much larger and overlapped the planet. That sort of made this space up here at the top a little more interesting. It didn't have, we don't have all that empty space. Now there's nothing wrong with some negative space in your layout, but I just felt this had a better balance to it. And again, I made the type much bigger, and I believe that that visual weight is more interesting. And then we added, I changed the shadow in the back to be a bit brighter and a bit more prominent. And then I moved the rocket around some more because I like the way that the rocket fins fit onto the ribbon shape. And then the rocket flame, if you will, is more centered in this part of the ribbon area, which I believe just looks a little bit nicer. I moved the planet down a little bit more, and then I believe I moved the type just slightly. And then if we go down here to the bottom, I believe I've pretty much left this part the same. So the little tweaks were in this planet 1, in the scale and the placement of the header, and then a bit more tweaking as far as the rotation and the position of the rocket, a little more on planet 2, and maybe a tad bit with my type for the lyrics. Other than that, I believe the footer area I pretty much left the same. So if we zoom out, I gotta zoom out quite a bit. And again, just for a comparison, we'll take a look between our final layout for exercise 5 with our HTML and CSS compared to the sketch, which started the whole process. Now, remember, I did say that I would probably take elements from one of the other sketches, and that's what I've done with the placement for the images in the footer here. But overall, I believe we've come pretty close. I'm going to continue to use exercise 5. I'm going to add maybe some stars so in the background. So we have this CSS gradation in the background going on, which is kind of nice. And I'm going to add more stars, sort of a star field. And we're going to explore later on also some more things we can do with images and how we can use images to replace text, but the text will still be available to the screen reader. So we'll talk about some text replacement concepts, and we'll also look at using the before and the after pseudo for adding images. And then just for fun, we'll start adding some CSS transitions, and we'll add, which we've done in the past for hovers, but we'll also add some transitions, and we'll start exploring some animation, and we'll work with CSS keyframes, and we will also add audio, and we will use some basic scripts to control our audio files. So that's all coming up. Those are sort of extra add-ons, some bonus videos, which will be available hopefully pretty soon.